overall, the experience was amazing for me. Tanya is usually someone who's really reserved, and it's really hard to get her to engage at times. And so it's amazing that, like, immediately when we got the wax in our hands, I felt her hands just became busy and interested, and it was just such a different feeling than, I mean, we have conversations with our hands all day long, and this was something completely different. Our hands were engaged in a completely different way, and so it was neat to experience her and our hands together and it not be about a conversation. It was a completely different topic, completely beyond, but yet I still felt that connection I feel with her when we are talking with our hands, because there's so much that's said but not said when we're communicating that way. So I could feel the enjoyment in her too, and it made me smile and laugh, and I could feel her body like rocking back and forth to the drumming, and she'd get into like tapping the wax, and she was so interested, which is, you know,
fantastic.
It was amazing.
Very nice. So the fact that you were blindfolded, did that help?
It helped a lot, because I wasn't focusing on so much like what I thought Tanya was trying to communicate, or if she was in it with me. It just it really let me let go and just be in that moment with her. So I didn't feel worried, even when she pulled away from me for a little while, whether she had the wax or not. It made me feel like I could just stay there and wait.
At first I was really nervous about the experience because I didn't know what to expect, but after we were doing it, I thought it was amazing. That was different. That's something that we have never done before, and I was surprised at how quickly she allowed me to do that, and that she understood why I needed to have my hands on her hands. We learned together about each other and just about communicating each other in a different way. She adapted really quickly and learned really quickly and was willing to and happy to. She was very happy and excited the entire time. She thought it was really cool. I've never had an experience like this with a student, and so I think it was definitely a bonding experience for Natalie and I. After I was blindfolded for a little bit, I felt like it helped me connect more to my student, because my Natalie is totally blind, and so when we were both blindfolded, I explained to her that I couldn't see. Natalie took off my blindfold and put it on herself. She wanted to show me that we were the same. I closed my eyes when she took off my blindfold so that I would continue to not see.
The experience of being blindfolded, because a lot of times when I work with the students, I'll close my eyes when I'm with them, just to try and experience what they're experiencing. Not having the option of being able to open my eyes helped me sort of stay in that mind frame of, you know, really trying to relate to Zoe in a way that she could understand. I feel like actually a lot of what we did today was just with hands.
It was really interesting. Usually, if Emma likes to play with like silly putty and, you know, squish things in her hands, and she likes things that bend. But usually whenever I try and get in there and kind of play with those things with her, she'll be like, no, I just want to play with it. She usually will not let me go in there and play with it. So I was really surprised that she allowed me to experience that with her. Since I was blindfolded, I was probably being a lot slower with her than what I normally.
And she was surprisingly focused. Like usually it's very hard to get her attention on anything for an extended period of time, but she was so interested and so, I mean, it was like equally divided between the matter and the scent. So I could feel, and basically all I was doing is I had my hands on top of her hands and she was just busily twisting it and shaping it. But then I'd feel these pauses and Deanna would say, she's smelling. Now she wants you to smell. And so it was just like back and forth, back and forth.
The process was really a special, sort of intimate, quiet, comforting experience that would be really hard to duplicate. Like I said before, I didn't think that she would really be into it too much. I thought she might get bored easily, but as soon as she got comfortable and we were handed the matter, she just kind of settled right in, and I thought it would be sort of me playing with it mostly and her just watching, but within just a few seconds she took it from my hands and I could feel her squeezing it in her hands, and then she'd hand it to me and she'd put her hand in my hand and I'd squeeze it around her fingers, and I was just really surprised at how eager she was and how interested she was to play with it. And I didn't know if it's because it was warm or, I mean, Play-Doh's kind of cold and it's a little grainy at first until you get it the right consistency. Maybe she just liked the feel of it better. Like I said, she has vision, so she probably was watching what other people were doing and seeing that they were also enjoying, playing with the same stuff that she had. So I think she could really just kind of be with me and not feel like there were any expectations or there wasn't any directions to follow. She could just sort of enjoy this thing that we were doing together. Obviously, you're never going to recreate or be able to fully understand what it's like to be deafblind, but it definitely helped, not having the vision, and it kind of helps put you into their shoes at least a little bit, relying on, hands and body language to communicate rather than sign language or words or...
It was incredible. 30 minutes of just calm and fun, and you could just feel that she was so happy. And she's a student that I really care about, and for her to have that experience was really special for me. I can't wait to introduce it again and see